Hi everyone, welcome to Tuesday 30-minute Buns and Guns. On a very snowy day, I have a view behind me that you can't see. I'm looking at the snowfall. It's really pretty. It looks cold, so maybe that'll cool me off as I get warmed up in this class. We do this class with light hand weights because we hang on to weights for a lot of the class, but that's always optional. If you don't want to hang on to weights, you can do all the moves without them. You're going to vary if you have different sets of weights. So I've got 3s, 5s, and 7s here. You can go a little higher. I just caution as we go out away from the center line of our body, we don't want to have really heavy weights. So if we're doing anything close to the body, in the center line of the body, you can load up. Okay, so just be wary of that because we do some moves where we're reaching out or we're turning behind us and we want to make sure we're not loaded too heavy. So be aware of that. Adjust your intensity level. You know, if we're doing jacks, you're going to take it up or you're going to do side jacks. So I'll show lots of variation. Okay, so we're going to get right into warming up, marching out to start. And let's just pull those shoulders back. How often are we all rounded, reading a tablet, a book, or at our computers? So let's just take an opportunity to stand up tall, march with those knees coming forward, a little bit soldier-like. But how different does it feel? Hold those shoulders back, chest open, nice and proud. Now take those legs a little wider. And we're just going to start tapping side to side. As we do that, let's just take some deep breaths in and out and up and out. One more. Good. And let's get those legs going with a little bit more intensity. As we go side to side, we squat down in the middle. When we come up, point the toe, squeeze all the way down your leg. So start the squeeze in the glutes. All the way down, hamstring, and start to curl and roll the shoulders back. That's a roll, not a curl. Lift those elbows up and roll those arms all the way back. And both arms going together, and we get a little deeper again into the squats in the middle. Wake up those shoulders. Really good, shake it out. One more deep breath. And bring it down, and we're going to start into a jog. So go into this easy. You can keep marching. You don't even have to jog. I'm going to start my first set with my knees coming more forward. Not doing a whole lot with my arms. Just making sure we don't start doing like a washing machine motion with the arms. Keep them going fairly forward and back. Good. Staying up still, nice and tall. Your core is tight if you've got those knees coming up front. 4, 3, 2, last one. And we're going into jacks. So as those feet land, the knees are soft. We don't have to press the heels right down to the ground. So that might be like a bit of an overextension. Make sure you're not just staying up on your toes the whole time either. Full range with the arms. Here's your option. If you don't like full jacks, stepping to the side, touching out. Either one you're doing, you're keeping your knees slightly bent. 4, 3, 2, last one. First set of squats, and always on our first set, we talk a lot about form. So turning sideways, so you can see how the hips go back, and then they sink down. The chest, however, doesn't go down. It stays up nice and tall. And as we stand, we squeeze the glutes, we squeeze the inner thighs, hamstrings are squeezing, core tight. My arms go out for counterbalance. Really big thing here, the knees stay behind your toes. So we're not driving forward, we're sitting back. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Jog again. Maybe you're switching up like me. And this one is bringing heels up to your buns. Good. And again, not a whole lot going on with the arms. You can do something fancy if you want. Keep them busy. 4, 3, 2. Last one, and jacks. Remember your side to side option, or you're going full intensity. Nice full range with the arms. Wake them up. Land softly with those feet. 4, 3, 2. Last one, squats. Good. Side view again. So my weight goes right into my heels. My toes actually lift up a little bit at my lowest point. Chest stays open. Good. Squeeze those legs together. Imagine like you've got just a piece of paper between those thighs, and you really have to squeeze so you don't let it fall to the floor. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good. Okay. Time to load up. So I'm going to start with bicep curls. So here we go. The arms are close to my body so I can use heavier weights. Okay, so a bicep curl, we want to come up, and when we bring the arms down, don't stop here because that's only like 3/4 of the way. Come all the way down and go slightly back beyond your hips. So curl up and back, up and back. Good. I'm going to stay sideways so you can see the profile of the move. When I curl, I'm going to step alternating side to side into a lunge. So as I step, I make sure that I don't drive my front knee over my front toe. I kind of slowly stop and then sink the back leg down instead of continuing going forward. So on a profile move, if you had a camera or a mirror you could look at, you would make sure the knee didn't go drive over that front toe. You're feeling the stretch in the back thigh. If those arms are getting tired, you can do this lunge without arms. Same thing, you could do the arms and not the legs. Good. Shoulders stacked over your hips. Good. 4, 3. Are you passing those hands past your hips to the back? Good. All right. So I'm going to go down to my middle weights. So these are about 5 pounds. And I'm just going to start to do a side squat. Bring it down, squeeze it back in. I'm going to the same side the whole time. Out, squeeze in. Out, squeeze in. Keep your chest up. Now, bending your arm. If my right leg is stepping, my right arm is bending. Then swing it out. And now we're going to pretend we're resisting. Pressing up, shoulder height, back in. Resist up, resist down. The slower you go, the more difficult it is because you need to control more. There's no momentum. You actually stop a little bit. It's always harder to stop and then start again. Good. If you need to adjust weights, go lighter if you need to, or none at all. 4, 3, squeeze those legs. It's not about the arms. Work those legs. 1 more. Good. Walk it out. Ready to go, second side. So just start when you're placing that foot out. Just watch your knees when you sit down in your squat. It's about pushing hips back, what we practiced in our warm-up. Now, bend your left arm, and then swing out the hand, and now start to press the entire arm, bent at a 90-degree angle, press up, press in. Don't just let it drop. Resist. Up and in. What are we doing with those legs? Squeezing the glutes, squeezing the inner thighs. We really want to feel it. Because we got 8 more. 7, 6. Feel how different it is when it gets really, really slow. 4, 3, 2, last one. Really good. Okay, sideways for me again. This time, I take my toe back and in, alternate side to side. And I'm going to bring my elbows close to my waist, palms up, and I start to press out, trying to stay at the same level. So it's not an uppercut. The arm, the hand is not rising. I'm pressing out, and you're seeing a nice long extension through the body. Your eyes looking out slightly in front of you, neutral neck. Staying here, or starting to lift the back leg and more of a squat in the middle. We did this on warm-up with our squats. As you go slower, you've got time to go down and then push up, squeeze, feel the core. I'm really feeling it in the glutes, back of the leg. Good. What we don't want to do is have those shoulders swinging, so no arching in the back. Trying to keep a nice flat back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. So in all of those moves, how do you make it harder? Go slower. Go deeper into your squats or your lunges. Get the intensity there. You don't even have to load up on weights. So we're going to go side to side with a touch. Right arm up, shoulder height. And I just start to turn my body slightly. And then I start extending my right arm across my body. Making sure, if I look down, my right arm is crossing to the left, so I look down at my left toe. Is it pointing in the same direction that my arm is going? It's not front, and it's not directly to the side. It's kind of like in the corner. When I bring the arm back, elbow stays bent, shoulder height, ready for another level of intensity. I turn, and I open, pivoting at the elbow. Now, if you're doing this and you're turning to look to the back, your right foot also has to come with you. So lift up that right foot. And if I look down, it's pointing to the right wall, not forward. Good. Elbow up. 4, 3. Lean a bit more front. 2. Last one. Good. So as we add that lean in there, you would feel more of a stretch through the side of your waist. Tap it out, ready to go. Second side. Let's bend the arm. Keeping it at shoulder height. Starting to extend to the front right corner. So left arm is crossing over your body. Look down at your right toe. It's pointing in the same direction as that hand when it crosses over. Now let's add the lean here before we start to turn. Good. Now get ready to open up to the back. So hold the elbow shoulder height. Turn and look as you pivot open. Lifting up the left foot. making sure it's pointing to the left wall. Reach forward, open back. Lean forward, open back. Core tight. Good. 2 more. 1 more. Really good. Just for a variety, I like to switch up heavy and lighter weights. So going into an over row deadlift, squat, push, squat, stand. So I land my feet under my hips, slight bend in my knees. I lean forward, hinge at the hips, and extend the arms. My back is flat. I row, elbows high. I extend, and I squeeze up. So it's an over, row, extend, squeeze up. Over, row, extend, squeeze up. Now, if you've got heavier weights and you want to load up, go ahead. Because everything here is staying close to center line of your body. Make sure you don't lock out those knees. Really squeeze those glutes when you come. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good. Like even more than you have to. Squeeze. Make sure you don't lock out those knees. Let's do 1 more. Core tight, really good. And up, just give it a little shake, land back in the same spot. Start to do some squats. Send those hips back. Keep the knees behind your toes, your chest open. Good, squeezing those legs, inner thighs, glutes when you stand. And we're gonna add some arm work. Shoulder, press, shoulder, back down, shoulder, press, shoulder, back down. The hands go slightly forward when you press up, so don't try and push them right by your ears or behind your ears. You don't want to hurt the shoulders. Good. Press up. Everything's squeezing. 1 more. 1 more. Here we go. Up. All right. Ready to combine both of those moves? Over row, deadlift, squat, push, squat, stand. Here we go. Over, row, deadlift, stand up tall, squat, push, squat, stand. Over row, extend, deadlift up, squat, push, squat, stand. Over row, deadlift up, squat, push, squat, stand. Let's do 1 more. Over row, tummy tight, flat back. Don't lock the knees. Squat, push. Squat, stand. Good. Okay, we're going to keep those feet where they are. Lean over slightly. So I like to do is a little bounce to make sure my knees are soft. Now I'm going to bend the elbows, pin them up to the ceiling. I'm going to do as many as I can with these weights, but I think I'm going to have to go down. So we're going to press out and back in. Out, yes I am. Press out, back in. Out, back in. So you see, it's not about hurting yourself. There's no medals. We want to challenge. We don't want to injure. So if you do a couple with heavier weights and then finish off with lighter or no weights, that's what we want to do. Gradually, class by class, you do 3 instead of 2. Then you do 4 instead of 3. Good. Your core is tight, flat back. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring it up. Lots of work for the triceps. Whew. All right. Into a nice wide stance. And we're going to go into a lunge to one side. Bring it back. Keep going to the same side. On your first set, just make sure your knee doesn't go past your toe. Bring your opposite arm across the body. Then the weight comes up to your shoulder. So let's talk about the right shoulder. The right hand has the weight. So the shoulder goes down, then it opens. Down, then open. And anytime You've got your body leaning forward, your core is tight to support. Good. Now I'm just going to wiggle my feet a little closer together because as I come up, I'm going to start stepping in. So I still have a lunge, but I step and squeeze. Lunge, step and squeeze. Now if you're stepping into the lunge, watch your foot placement, watch your knee. Next level. I come up, I press the weight up, I lift my knee up. I lunge, I press. Lunge, press. 4, 3, 2, last one. Really good. So you might say, hey, I think I can go heavier on my weights because we're not going to go faster. If you want a challenge, you can increase your weight. So starting with legs wide, just going into the lunge and the arm pulling back to the shoulder. Think about the left shoulder this time. It rotates down, then opens, down, open. If you want to start moving a little bit more dynamically, maybe wiggle those feet a little closer, step in, lunge out, step in, out. Watch the foot placement, watch your knee. Take it up, optional. You don't have to. Good. Up. Core tight when that knee lifts. Good. 2 more. That's 1. That's 2. Excellent. Tap it out. Up and curl and press and curl and press and curl. So I got a whole lot going on the left side. I'm going to start to bring my right foot in. Bring it in, step back out. In, go into more of a squat, a little lower, as though I want to place the weight on the floor. Now when I stand, I lift out my left leg. A little bit of work for the outer thigh. 2 more. Out. 1 more. Good. So we're doing a lot of work for the back and the inner thighs. That's an opportunity to get the outer. So let's tap it out. Second side. Push. Push. Up. Start to bring in the left leg. In. Curl down. Sit lower. Keeping the chest up. We're going into a squat, so it's about pushing hips back, not knees forward. When you're ready, lift out directly to the side. Try to stay straight up. Nice long line. 4. Hang in there. 3. Oh yeah. 1 more. 1 more. Good. Whew. Good job. So the next set of moves is more balance. You don't have to have weights, but if you want to hang on to them, go ahead. Also grab a drink if you need one. So your heart rate might feel like it's a little too high. You don't want to stop. So you can march it out before you start to stand, but we're not standing perfectly still. We're going to start to lift the knee forward and down. Up. I'm just going to move down on the back a little bit. So you can touch between each lift, or you can make it a challenge to not touch at all. Your standing leg that you're balancing on has a soft knee, and you will start to feel the glutes in that standing leg start to work. More of a challenge. You can add rotation to the move. So I just bend at the elbows. I start to curl over or rotate over my thigh and then open up, touching down anytime you need to. And now I've added even more, extending the leg to the side again. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Second side. So let's stand, soften the knee, start to lift. Your choice whether you touch the toe down or not. Keep it slow, keep the shoulders back. Pull the abs in tight, core supporting the move. The core, as those muscles get tight, that actually pulls up the knee. Good. Adding rotation, optional, always optional. And then we do the abductor move, taking it away. Abduct, take it away. Good. Good. 4, 3, 2, last one. Good stuff. Okay. I'm going to take the weights down and just do a little bit for the hamstring. So I'm going to take one leg back behind me. My arms are just a little wider, helping with balance. And I start to curl up the foot. Curl up the foot, back down. Lead with your heel. Tighten the core. Soft leg. Making sure we're not locking out the knee of the standing leg. And now we're really super squeezing hamstring and glutes. We're going to hold it up. We're going to start to bring the knee in slightly and then press out the heel. So we can do just the leg. We can add arms in the opposite direction, or we can go slow and add a lean and an extend. Good. This one's a more challenging move for your balance. So you're going to use your core a little bit more. 1 more. Good. Second side. So here we go, taking your working leg slightly back, standing leg, soft knee. Start to curl and bring your heel up towards your glutes. Core tight. Nice and tall through the upper body. Good. Squeeze more, squeeze more. Use your imagination. Good. Glutes and hamstrings, really feel it. Now hold up. Start to press. So my knee comes in slightly, then I press back. I lead with my heel. I can add on and press the heel of each palm forward, or I can lean as well, adding more of a challenge. Making sure if you start to wobble that you don't lock the knee. Keep it soft. Yep. Little wobbles going on here. 2 more. 1 more. Perfect. Okay, time to stretch out. Inhale. And exhale. And up. Let's grab those hands together. Pull, pull off your shoulders. You can walk those legs slightly, or you can start to land them on the ground and keep them in one spot, but maybe just a little side to side. You're pulling out, thumbs are up. Feel the stretch along your shoulders, through the neck. Bring it down. Do that again, up. This time flip your palms, and as you bring the arms down, you're looking at the back of your hands, thumbs down. Lead with the heel of each palm and get more of a stretch through the arms. And shake it out. Bring those hands behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Again, stay up tall. Shake it out. Stretching for the tricep. So we've got the elbow by the ear. We can either walk the hand down in between our shoulder blades, or we can hug it in just a little bit. We're not really pulling. It's a supported stretch. So wherever you can feel the stretch in the tricep. Other side. So I always try to say elbow up, because stretching it here, there's no stretch. it's not at its fullest extent here, so right up to the ceiling. Bring it down into a nice long stretch here. So just check your toes, they're both pointing straight ahead. We're leaning into our front thigh, but our front knee is behind our front toes. I can see my foot. On my back foot, my knee is slightly bent, and I'm really pressing the heel to the ground on that foot. So really feeling the stretch in the calf. Bring the shoulders back over your hips, up onto the ball of the back foot. Do a little press with your hips going forward. You can stay here or sink down lower. You can do cactus arms. You can do one arm across your body, just making sure your hand doesn't press right on your elbow. Relax your shoulder down. Big stretch in the hip flexor here. Slowly come up, step in, halfway. Hands go on your back thigh. You push your hips back, sit down, keep your chest up. And now on your front foot, let's lift up the toes. Pivot gently on the heel of the front foot. So we're not digging a lot of weight into that front foot. It's just a rest. Bring the toe down and roll. Shake it out. And we're going to go second side. So, nice long stretch. We've got a soft knee, we're pressing the heel. Feel the stretch. Ah, Katie's joining me. And then bring it back. It's okay. Ricky can join us. Press forward, hip flexor stretch. And again, choose what you want with the arms. Bring it down, step in halfway, hands on the back thigh. Keep your back straight. Pivot onto the heel, front foot. Nice big stretch, glute, hamstring, calf. Core tight. Bring the foot down, roll up. Last stretch for us in the quads. So lean on something or do a balance challenge here as we get the stretch. So soft knee on our standing leg. Press forward. My foot is in my hand, pressing forward with your hips. My glutes are squeezing. And my foot is pressing against my hand and my hand's pulling back in. Big stretch for the front of the thigh. Bring it down, second side. So again, turning sideways so you can see. Press forward with my hips, squeeze my glutes. Foot tries to press away and I resist with my hand. Big stretch down the front through the quads. Bring it down, deep breath. Let it go. One more time. You are all warmed up and ready to go out and shovel. Have fun. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.